What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. So it's the unavoidable topic right now. The move on Trump. Trump got moved on. And it's such a weird thing right now where, as Americans, how are we not just like, damn? I mean, I don't think anybody's surprised that the attempt was made. I'm actually surprised that it didn't happen sooner, just because of how emotional a lot of people are. Not some, a lot of people are. But I actually was surprised to see people sad that the mission wasn't accomplished. I'm not. I think we're in some very strange and difficult and dangerous times. But this video is more about, I believe this, I don't know about sanction, but I think people are looking the other way. Something I was thinking about, I watched something that Candace Owens put out about it, and she was talking about when Trump was president, that she was around him a lot, and there was an incident where her husband was there, and he went somewhere, and he came down the wrong stairs, and the Secret Service drew guns down on him and, threatened her husband, and he almost lost his life for going down the wrong stairs. Now, we see yesterday the shots that rang out, and then we saw Secret Service jump up and rush Trump, and I didn't see one of them pull a gun out. But for Candace Owens' husband, guns are drawn, boom. What are you doing? Get down. We're going to shoot this and this. But when actual gunfire erupts and the former president is struck, whether he's grazed or not, doesn't matter. People in the audience are getting hit and no guns come out. I've seen where there's actual footage. People are showing, they're filming the shooter. Before any shots are taken, they're filming him. And there's people that have said they went to Secret Service and police and said, look at that guy right there. He has a rifle. Like, something's wrong. And they were ignored. How did he get to that building? How was he able to climb the roof? How was he able to set up his weapon? How was he able to aim? How long did it take for him to do that? How is it possible? I mean, seriously, how is it possible at all? Right? And, when I heard Candace Owens talking about the incident that almost occurred with her husband, it brought up memories, something I had completely forgot about. I'm from Santa Barbara. And when Ronald Reagan was president, he had what they termed the White House of the West. The White House of the West was his ranch in Santa Barbara County, which was in Santa Ynez. And he spent a lot of time at his ranch in Santa Ynez. There's a hotel, and I think it's called the Sandpiper Inn, Upper State Street in Santa Barbara. A lot of Secret Service used to go, and that's where they would get their hotel rooms. Santa Barbara is about 45 minutes away from Santa Ynez. But those Secret Service men used to like to try to impress chicks, get dates, and they would pillow talk too much, right? So whenever Ronald Reagan was going to come back to Santa Barbara, to California, to Santa Ynez, weeks, I want to say they said it was a month, but we'll just say 3 weeks. We could even say 1 week, right? But we'll stick to 3 weeks. 3 weeks in advance, the Secret Service would deploy in different parts of Santa Barbara County. And they would be dressed as regular men and women. And they would go to bars. They would go to restaurants, grocery stores, and they would have their drinks. They would have their meals. They would do their shopping. Their entire job was to listen to conversations going on. Is anybody mentioning anything about the president? Does anybody have any plans about the president that they're talking about? That was their job. That was in the 80s. Knowing that, we knew. So they were deploying Secret Service agents in plain clothes in these places to try to make sure there isn't a threat. Donald Trump isn't just a presidential candidate. He is a former president. The detail that he should have on him, the security detail he should have on him should be immaculate, elite. And, you know, what we saw happen yesterday, I can't myself believe that this was just a lapse in security. I believe this was allowed. My gut is telling me it was allowed. When you have people who are Trump supporters going up to cops and Secret Service and saying, what is that guy right there doing? He's climbing. Like, he's 20 years old, so you would think that may stand out, but there's a perimeter, and then there's a perimeter outside of that perimeter. How did he get through with a rifle? Did he have a ladder? How did he get on the roof? How did no one see it? And then, you know, there's the White House didn't want to say it was an assassination attempt. Why? What could it be? What else could it be? And why the hesitation? And people are saying, oh, well, they have to verify all the facts. The facts are there was a shot taken and someone in the crowd lost their life. And I think there was a couple other people who are in very, very serious or critical, that received critical injuries. Like, can we just say what it is? It's just a bad look. And for the people that are like, for the people that hate Trump and say, well, he had a big mouth and karma this and karma that, there's a lot of people walking around in your daily life with a big mouth. Do they deserve to have people shoot at them? No. But the state of society nowadays is it's devolving into some craziness. No matter how much you hate Trump, and for those of you that hate Biden, no matter how much you hate Biden, don't we use common sense and say, okay, well, they're both, you know, whatever. If you feel they're both not worthy of office, unfortunately, they're the two that you have to choose from. And don't you pick the lesser evil of the two? There's not another option. There really isn't. But getting back to the topic at hand, I don't see. And then now there's a story out. I don't know how true it is. I just got off a live. Gunner and I went live this morning, and somebody was saying that they're saying that the FBI agent that took out the shooter lost his job. I need to know if that's true or not. I'm just reporting right now what was being said in the chat, that the order went out not to take him out. I don't see how that's possible when he was firing live rounds basically into the crowd at that point. Other Secret Service agents who crowded Donald Trump shielded him with their bodies. Their lives are in danger. So I kind of I don't really believe it, but let's just play devil's advocate. Why was the order given, don't take him out? And then when the guy does take him out, if he was fired, why was he fired? You know, they're saying that he was a registered Republican, the shooter, and, you know, there's so many Republicans that hate Donald Trump because he's not a career politician. But this is a kid, a 20-year-old kid who obviously had something wrong mentally. They say he was being bullied. Let's not, you know, so he was being bullied. The adults in his life should have stepped in. It doesn't mean you go and do this. This is weird, but the answer, we're never going to get the right answer. The answer of how the hell was this possible? You can't even get into a club with a gun most of the time. Most of the time. How is it that a kid was able to carry a rifle and get inside the perimeter? They're probably going to come up with a story. There was no perimeter there. The Secret Service, if they're sending people weeks in advance to go sit in bars and restaurants to listen to conversations and gauge what's going on, what's the temperature, is there any threat? How do they not identify those buildings as a potential threat? How do they not sit their people on those buildings? How do they just leave those buildings open and accessible to a maniac? I don't know. The comment section, I'm sure, is going to be on fire. There's going to be a lot of bickering back and forth. All I ask is that everybody keep it respectful in the comments. I don't care about a difference of opinion. I care about disrespect. So keep the comments respectful, please. I'm going to go ahead and bring this one to a close. I do want to see what you guys have to say in the comments, though. Things are going to be interesting for the rest of this campaign and during Trump's presidency. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them. I'm out of here.